What's going on? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the boxing clinic. One time for the one time. Shout out to the LDBC. And just really realized and looked at the schedule that it's a lot of boxing going down next Saturday. So instead of flooding everybody with prediction videos on Monday, which we usually do prediction videos a week ahead of time, the Monday or the Saturday of the fight, break some down this week. Today. Instead of breaking them down during the week, then we'll do the final thoughts on some of these cards as well. Today we're going to do Chris Eubank Jr., Arthur Abraham, as well as Omar Figueroa and Robert Guerrero, as well as the Burkle fight and Joe Smith Jr. and Sullivan Barrera fight tomorrow. Showtime, the HBO triple header. And then Friday, there's some boxing on as well. I think Antonio Douglas is fighting, but on Showtime. So it's a Friday, Saturday full of boxing. And basically here you got IBO Super Middleweight Championship fight. Who gives a fuck about the IBO, to be real? But Chris Eubank Jr. versus Arthur Abraham. And let me do the honors by doing the vet first. Arthur Abraham, he's a guy who was a Super 6 participant in the original round robin Super Middleweight prestigious tournament as it was. And he was seen as one of the potential favorites of that tournament, which really that turned on the drop of a dime. That's what I meant. Excuse me. When he hit Andre the Real late in that fight, and he did this little falling out act. I seen it there live right there as well. I was there live for that one. But he's a guy who pretty much the Real in that fight laid out the blueprint on him. You can outwork him. He takes breaks. You can see in some of the Showtime All Access videos, he talked about him taking breaks, drinking the Coca-Cola at the Red Wings game right before the fight. He's a guy that you can outwork. He's a guy that got dangerous power, and he's a guy that's very tough. Had a broken jaw versus Edison Miranda, and beat him and continued to go on. He got stopped a TKO by Robert Shushit, whatever his name is. But that's the only time he ever been stopped. He's a tough cookie. He's a dude that's on the downslope of his career for sure. Gilberto Ramirez, outboxed him, and that's the barometer for Chris Eubank Jr. to outdo Gilberto Ramirez and see where he is as a super middleweight. Chris Eubank Jr. is a great fighter. Like I said, great fighter. He's a solid fighter right now with great potential. He has great athletic ability, fast hands, seems to have a good chin. Too aggressive. He needs to slow it down and be patient. And a lot of people turn sour on him for the simple fact that, he priced himself out of the Triple G fight. His father won control on the undercard and smelled like a duck, looked like a duck, and probably was a duck. Ended up moving up to super middleweight. Now he's campaigning. The winner of this fight gets into the World Super Series tournament, Boxing Super Series tournament as well. For Arthur Abraham, what he got to do is he's not going to break tendencies of being a judicious puncher. Don't throw a lot of punches. But he is a good power puncher, and I believe he can hit Junior at times. He needs to be a good counter puncher, and that's basically what he is. He likes to catch you on the back end most of the time, and I think his whole game plan needs to be predicated on taking Junior late and catching Junior in his wild bursts. He likes to burst and get wild and get himself out of position, leave him open for a lot of hooks, uppercuts, and work and continuously sometimes just work the body to bring those hands down. Because Junior's a lot of holes in this offensive game. He's so aggressive that he's open for things at times. I think Arthur Abraham needs to catch him with a counter punch. That's the whole game plan. He's not going to be more active. He's not going to fall off the jab. He's not going to do anything out of the ordinary that Arthur Abraham to do, because you're not going to teach this dog new tricks at this age. He needs to practice on landing the perfect counter punch on Eubank Jr. The perfect counter punches. He can't knock him out. He has that type of power still. Old man power don't go nowhere. For Eubank Jr., I work him. Do what you do, but try to slow it down and be more patient and show the growth. Because if you go all out wild and guns blazing in this World Boxing Super Series tournament, one of these guys is gonna knock you down. Callum Smith has a good counter hook. George Groves, he knows what to do with a guy like you. Even a guy like Jamie Cox, if he potentially wins, which I think has a chance to upset George Groves, he knows. Robert Brandt, a lot of power. Some of these guys know what to do versus a guy versus you. And Arthur Abraham could win this fight with a good counter, left hook or right hook with an uppercut. Eubank Jr. is there to be cracked. But I'm going to pick Eubank Jr. to win a unanimous decision. I don't think he stops Arthur Abraham. I think he has the potential to. And I'm going to think, I really can see Arthur Abraham knocking him out with a counter punch. Eubank Jr. is so aggressive, but I look for this guy to have growth this fight. I look for him to grow as a boxer, to be more patient. I like Chris Eubank Jr. by unanimous decision and enter the World Boxing Super Series. We gone.